I thought I would record this video today while I'm here and getting ready to go out to dinner with you guys. And in today's video, I want to talk about how you'll never be good enough and what you need to do about it. And I know that sounds like a weird topic, but this is something that came up for me when I started to, when I decided that I just wanted to change my life and just be a different person. It was a realization that I came to. I'm putting on some L'Oreal eye cream. And so I'm sure you're like, what is the title of this video? It's so negative. Yes, you'll never be good enough. And I'll start by telling you guys a couple of anecdotes about, you know, some things that happened in my life where I realized that I would never be good enough. The first is I was in college, and this was my first moment of realization. I was in college and I'm using Physicians Formula Rosé All Day Oil-Free Serum. I was in college and I was hanging out with, you know, wonderful group of ladies, really fun, highly entertaining, really smart, brilliant women. And we were hanging out every day, all night, you know, getting up, going to bed late, getting up early, doing the regular college grind. And I was an athlete actually, so I was, you know, doing this with them. And one day, I mean, without fail for months, right? One day, I decided, because I started to feel very tired and sluggish, and my body was just like, it just wasn't functioning the way that it was supposed to. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't stay up late. I can't, doesn't mean I don't like you guys, doesn't mean, so I started saying no. And it became this whole thing, you're abandoning us, you don't care about us, how could you do this? And I was like, not you, after months and months of me sacrificing my own life and health for you, being upset that I'm taking care of myself. A total trip. And so that's when I realized, like, wow, here I am regretting every night, you know, staying up late and overgiving myself. And it didn't mean anything. It wasn't good enough. So if I'm gonna sacrifice my health and my academics potentially, you know, my sleep, my eating habits for you guys, it better be worth something. But the reality is that it wasn't good enough. So that was the first instance. The second instance, okay, I don't really wear like matte foundation. I wear a skin tint, some face gel. So that's what you got going on over here. So anyway, the second instance of that was when I decided that I was going to change my life for health reasons. I had to start setting some really, really strong boundaries with people, because I was a little bit of a people pleaser in the sense that I don't like to say no to people, even like when I'm tired or when I'm like, you know, just feeling drained. That's not a valid reason. That was not a valid reason for me to say no to people, you know, to going out or to doing things for people or doing favors for people. And so when I decided to take my health and life seriously, out after college, because this was like a cycle for me, I would, you know, it wasn't a permanent change. When I decided to do that, people were upset. It was like, you're selfish. I actually had a boyfriend tell me I was selfish, because I was like, I need to get my 8 hours of sleep. I'm not a kind person when I don't get sleep. If you want me to be a healthy, kind, happy person, I need my 8 hours of sleep, period. You're so selfish. I was like, okay. Because I was like, I'm not gonna go into these energy draining situations when I have to go be with my clients the next day. Like, this is just not healthy. Because first and foremost, I have to service my clients. When I service my clients well, those are the weeks that I've eaten well, I've rested, I've, you know, taken care of myself. And so people were beginning to call me selfish. Mind you, these were people who I had given and given and given and given to. Do you see what I'm saying? Never good enough. I was never going to be good enough for these people. because when you start to overgive or you give a lot, people naturally will take advantage of you. They actually can't help it. And so I don't know what the science is behind it, but I've noticed that people actually can't help it. They can't help that, you know, they're like, oh, they just use you and abuse you. So you think, well, I'll just do this one more thing and then I'll be good enough. I'll just say yes this one more time and then I'll be good enough. And it's like, no, you won't. And so I had that realization, my final realization that I would never be good enough and that I needed to just do my own thing. I had that realization, and that's when I decided that I just need to prioritize my own inner work and my own healing and trauma and align myself with what God wants me to do, not with what everybody else thinks I should be doing. And I just want to say that you should also do that, because here, you guys, deep down inside, you know, you give and give and give and give and give. And the reason why you're afraid to say no, or you're afraid to, you know, do something different is because you're afraid of what other people will say. But the reality is that for some people, you'll never be good enough. You guys know that phrase, you know, that you can be the prettiest, ripest peach in Georgia and somebody's still not gonna like peaches. Some of you guys are trying to convince people who don't like peaches to like peaches. And the truth is that there are people who like peaches, there are people who like apples, there are people who like apples and peaches and oranges. Figure out if you're an apple, a peach, an orange, a banana, a kiwi, whatever it is, and be okay with that. You trying to make yourself a peach and conform yourself so that people like you and though they won't be mad at me, it leads to resentment and such a waste of time. Because anything and everything you do will never be good enough. It'll always be, you should be doing this and you should be doing it. People become ungrateful and they become resentful. And it's an expectation. It's like, it becomes an expectation that you'll just do all of these things for them with nothing in return, really. So yeah, some people are gonna be upset when you decide that that's not who you wanna be anymore, and that's okay. And some people are going to be like, good for you. And the people who say, good for you, those are the people who really have your best interests at heart. And the whole thing about friendships and, you know, just having a community is that you really want to be with people who have your best interests at heart, who really, really want the best for you. And you want to stay away from those people who, you know, their interest is their own best interest. And can we just keep it a buck, you guys? Everybody to some degree is selfish. We are by human nature. And so I'm not gonna sit up here and get on my high pedestal and be like, I never act in my own self-interest. I do quite frequently, actually. But I also want the best for the people who are in my community, and I try and surround myself with people who want the best for me. And so that way, you know, they're not the kind of people who are going to expect me to overgive and overcommit and over-deliver when I don't need to be, right? There's a time and a place to be over the top, and it's not every day, all the time, with everyone. That's why you get burned out. So when I say that you'll never be good enough, what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to start to figure out who you are and what is right for you. And for me, that's me just getting in line with what God wants me to do. Because at that point, I literally, y'all know, I do not care what other people tell me or think that I should or should not be doing. I actually don't. I am just like, okay, I'm gonna do what God wants me to do, period. And if I can go to sleep at night with my conscience intact because of how I behaved and how I conducted myself, then that's all that matters. And the way that you figure that out is doing your inner work, journaling, praying, trying new things, figuring out what brings you joy, what is going to be beneficial in your life, and acting in alignment with that. And yes, it's gonna feel weird, it's going to feel awkward. It always feels awkward setting a boundary because you know, you haven't done it for a while. But what I will say is I'm gonna encourage you not to say anything. I'm gonna encourage you to just do the thing that you wanna do, okay? You don't need to go around telling everybody, oh, I'm gonna set this boundary. You just do it, you know? And yeah, it's going to be hard, but it will save you a lot of heartache and headache from trying to please everybody and be good enough for everybody when you'll just never be good enough. Nothing that you do sometimes will be good enough. And so you can just release that burden of trying to make people happy or do things that bring people, that make people like you, because it's a lost cause, as they say. So I'm just finishing up my face. You guys probably can't even tell what I look like. Let me see. My makeup is very simple, you guys. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, there you go. You can't even tell. This lighting is horrific. There's my eyelashes. They're back. They're back. Okay, you guys. That is it for today's video. If you are interested in topics like this, please leave a comment. If this resonates with you, please leave a like or a comment in the comment section below. If you are struggling with your mindset around food, exercise, people-pleasing life, you can grab my Mindset Makeover, which is linked in the description box below. And I'm gonna go enjoy some wonderful fish tacos in Cabo. Yes, I eat fish tacos on vacation, and so should you. I'm gonna make another video about why I work out on vacation later, and why I eat what I want on vacation, and still maintain my goals. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.